Hi, it's Mary Clare, Mystics by the Sea, and today is July 16th. I will have your birthday numerology. Itchy nose. And today I pulled the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is, you're at a crossroads, okay? She has a blindfold on, which means she really cannot see. It's a two, so it's about choices and decisions, all right? And it does involve other people because it is that number of partnership and choice. It does involve other people, or it could involve a situation. And what the Two of Swords is telling you, you're at a crossroads. And what you choose, how you choose to go forward at this time is very important because it really can change the course of things. But this decision is not going to happen on the outside of you. She procrastinates. She does not want to do this. She does not want to make this decision. She doesn't know what to do. But ultimately, it's only her and her decision alone to make. But it has to start inside of her. It's like she sits on the fence and she doesn't know which way to swing her legs. So she just sits there. But ultimately, eventually, she's going to have to choose. But like I said, it's a resolution you have to come to, some sort of decision you have to come to inside of you. Like, you know what? I have to work with this person. I have to make the best of it. And I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to be the most helpful, gracious person I could be. I am not going to create any more. I'm not going to give, you're not going to bring any more drama or like bad mojo into any situation that's already there from somebody else. So you're going to go in there and you're going to decide to be your best, do your best. That's just an example, okay? Or a person, like, oh, if that person just wasn't here, it would make my life so much easier. Why don't they just like go away? No, they're not going to go away. The situation is not going to change, especially when the Two of Swords appears, because this is telling you it's not going to change unless you change it inside of you and how you decide to deal with it and look at it and perceive it, and how you let it either eat you alive and bother you or you don't. All right, we all have choice. You know, we don't have to, if someone it wants to drive us crazy, if that's what they have set out to do, they will only drive you crazy if you let them drive you crazy. And that's what she has to ultimately decide. All right. If it's your birthday today, you have 7 birth number and 7 birth number and a 6 personal year. So a 7 birth number is, you guys are very, you're very internal. You internalize things. You're thinkers. You're analytical. You're also very spiritual. You're very intuitive and psychic, whether you realize it or not. You have to learn to trust yourself and your feelings, and that will make your decisions so much better. Then you won't have the trust issues outside of you because you'll learn how to trust yourself and what you're feeling. Okay? So the 7s have to learn how to, the more you are involved, the more you learn how to connect to your feelings and your intuitive, your intuitive self. The more powerful you're going to become, the more confident you're going to become. And you won't have the trust issues because you will trust yourself. Once you learn to trust yourself, you'll know what on the outside of you, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. And then you have the 6th personal year, and the 6th personal year is all about relationships. How are you going to choose to move forward in them? What responsibility or commitment are you going to take on or not take on that is not yours? Finding balance this year with relationships, family, and home. Have a great day. I'm over time.